Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, Josh. G'day, mate.
This isn't the time when we publish a podcast.
No. This is these times now is what we do for our Patreons only normally. You see?
Wait, but this is on the main feed.
Oh, is it? Oh, don't tell me this slipped into the main feed.
What? Oh no.
How did this happen? I don't know. It must be the gremlins.
It happened.
It happened.
Here's why it happened. You ready?
Yeah.
So when you go to Applebee's, have you ever been to Applebee's?
I have.
Okay,
On date
good.
night. Yeah.
Great. One of the most popular items at Applebee's is the sampler platter.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the chips. It's got the Mott's sticks. It's got, I think, chicken strips.
Yeah, and egg rolls. It's got the egg rolls as well.
I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe. It's the variety. And you know what? In our podcast, they might not know, but we have golden nuggets.
Yeah. Oh, we do.
And we wanted an opportunity for them to sample a golden nugget, just like an Applebee's.
This is a sampler. It's a sampler.
This is episode is 9A. It is a golden nugget sampler.
Treasures of Our Town golden nugget sampler.
So
I like it.
We have something special. And this episode, actually, our patrons have already heard this, right? It's already been posted for them.
For them, yeah.
But we've decided let's go, outside the curtain, and let's show everybody what some of these golden nuggets are like.
Exactly. So this golden nugget, we've already recorded this golden nugget too. We've already recorded it. So this golden nugget, it's you basically talking about your trip in Germany, and you did something very, very special, I suppose, and very strange to a lot of people.
It was strange to me. So you'll get to hear that. But if you enjoy this and you're not a patron, we encourage you to join, and you get some of these golden nuggets. This is not going to happen all the time.
Not all the time.
Very rare. This might never happen again.
You never know. It will happen again. It'll happen on the regular for the Patreons.
Oh, yeah. But it won't happen publicly.
Not for the regular. Publicly.
Right.
So if you want this, if you like this, if you enjoy this, then Patreon. Josh, you've got 3 levels on Patreon. You know that, don't you? As cheap as like $3 a month.
Yeah.
USD.
And it really goes to supporting this podcast to really make it happen. We're approaching our 10th episode, and it's a lot of because of the patrons that are making this happen. Because podcasting, I am learning, can be expensive. So
it can be, and it's not cheap, and it takes a long time to do and edit and everything else as well. So yeah, exactly. So we're gonna jump in.
Yeah, but if you'd like to join our Patreon, it's patreon.com/treasures of our town. We would love to see you over there.
Perfect.
Enjoy this story of a unique geocaching experience. And that's all I'm going to say.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week.
Josh, golden nugget time. Golden nugget time.
It's time for a golden nugget, fresh, right out of the fryer.
Exactly. And if you're in Australia, a bit of chicken salt on it as well. It's delicious.
Yeah,
but anyway.
or out of the treasure box. Now, I don't know if we've explained the golden nugget. The idea is, I'm just thinking and imagining a treasure box, right?
Yeah.
A treasure box that opens, and there's just like little golden nuggets inside
Pieces
of them.
Gold.
That you just pull out, and you're just like, yeah, I got another golden nugget. And they're special for you, patrons, to thank you. Because let's be real, it's really crazy to have to send out stuff in the mail.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, Josh, as well. I'm not a big fan of it, of actually receiving stuff for the mail too. I mean, there's only so much you can, put around. Whereas this here is stuff for your ears. And it's always going to be online too. Always going to be on the Patreon. So
treasures. And it's our opportunity to go a little bit outside of our I don't know, our mission, because on Treasures of Our Town, we're mostly focusing on the United States.
That's right. That's right. And of course, Josh, you just came back from Germany. Now, you just spoke before about your trip to Germany and what it was all like, etc. And that was a long golden nugget. This one's a little bit going to be a bit shorter because
it is.
Yes, it is. Because,
what if I have a lot to say?
Yeah, but I'll reel you in.
Yeah. So if you haven't listened to our first golden nugget, which was about the St. Vendel.
That's right.
Amazing geocache.
It was.
Go back and listen to that.
So, Josh, we're going to talk now, and people don't know this of your channel yet, I dare say, but Patreons will know first, and that is you went to Germany, and you love souvenirs, and you're with a gentleman called Doug McRae.
Retired guy.
Retired guy, yeah.
That's
and
his geocaching name.
And your wife was with you as well. Now, what happened, Josh? You woke up sometime. Tell me.
Okay.
You told me roughly the story.
So to give you everybody just a little bit more context.
Yeah.
So we did this tour with Cache Tour. I'm sorry. We did this tour with Cache Horizon with Daniel.
Horizon. That's right. Yep.
Where we brought over a bunch of Americans to do a 10-day trip, right? So we traveled all over Germany. And then we ended the trip actually in Austria.
Oh.
In Vienna, which, side note, Vienna, one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen in my whole life.
Really?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, the hills are alive with the sound of music. I get why the Sound of Music was filmed in Austria, because it is just gorgeous. Gorgeous city.
Yeah.
So that was like day 10 of that tour was in Austria, and everybody was, except Tammy and I, they were flying home. So the tour was essentially over.
It's over for most people, yeah.
Yeah. And so it was the night before we left, and Doug McRae, retired guy, he looks at me. We're in a Uber, okay? We're in an Uber having a conversation because we were like downtown or something. He turns to me and goes, Josh, we're only 45 minutes from Slovakia.
as in the other country, Slovakia.
Yeah,
like
as in
another country.
Slovakia, another country.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh yeah, and I sure enough, I ask him, okay, you've got that country, right? Yeah. Right, Doug? You have Slovakia, and just so everybody knows, I'm sure we've brought it up before. Doug McRae has the most souvenirs.
That's
geocaching souvenirs.
That's right.
That's
in
like
the US
digital
or in
badges in the world.
Wow.
He's number one in the world.
Wow.
Okay. Fun fact: the lady that leads Cache Horizon, she's number 2. How crazy is that?
Really?
On the tour, we had number 1 and number 2.
Number 2 on the same tour. That's incredible.
Side note. And Doug's like, yeah, I've been to Slovakia.
He's like, I've got every country, Josh.
But Doug is such a great guy, and he knows I love souvenirs.
Yeah.
As of today, I'm humble brag. 322.
Oh,
I think tomorrow it'll be 323 because I'll finish.
Because you'll finish the other one off.
The the Wheel of Challenges for this month. Anyway, we're talking a lot of geo stuff here, so apologize to.
I think
all of our patrons right now are geocachers.
That's right, so they're okay with it.
Yeah. So I'm like, Doug, that's cool and all. He's like, but we don't. I was like, we don't have a car.
Yeah.
He's like, no problem. We'll take an Uber. I was like, what?
What?
I was like, I don't think you can take Ubers to like other countries. And this is my ignorance, Craig. I'm assuming that the border of Austria and Slovakia is like Canada and U.S. or like Mexico and U.S.
Mexico and U.S.,
There's like a border patrol.
Yeah. There's a wall.
Yeah, there's a wall. But guess what? Did you know this? Maybe I'm just ignorant.
No.
It's like driving to Iowa, man. It's like there's nothing. It's just like a sign. Welcome to Slovakia.
So, do you need your passport? Do you need to show your
passport?
No,
you don't need passport. You don't need anything.
Really?
You just need to get there. Which is kind of crazy because the border. This is where the iron. You know when I say the Iron Curtain.
Yeah.
Between like communist Russia,
that's right.
Like back in the day. Like this is so back in the day it was like the most secure border in the world.
Yeah, but no longer.
Nothing. Just nothing. You know, when he said, tear down, Ronald Reagan, tear down that wall.
Yeah.
Well, they did. And there's no security anymore.
See, I can't even fathom that. I mean, because I come from Australia where we can't drive over our border because we'd drown. Let's be honest. Like, we're girt by sea.
Right. Yeah, the sea is your border.
So did you tell me the next morning?
So we're in this Uber.
Yeah.
And the guy.
Sorry, just quickly. How did you order the Uber? Like,
I'm telling you, this is the night before. The night before, we're in an Uber.
Oh, well, that's right. So we're back to the night before. Yeah.
And the Uber driver doesn't even speak English. He speaks Turkish. Okay. Doug, so bold.
Yeah.
He turns to the Uber driver. I think he did Google Translate. He's like,
"Oh yeah,
can you take us to?" We said Bratislava because that was the city. Can you take us there tomorrow morning? And I'll pay you this much. Mm-hmm. This is outside the Uber app.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And he's like, sure, no problem. And I'm like, okay. I was like, Doug, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Okay, this is outside the Uber app. This guy's going to pick us up at 8 a.m. tomorrow here.
And we were just Americans.
He's going to take us outside the Uber app. I'm going to say that again. This guy could
no safety net.
He can murder us. He could rob us.
Yep.
And leave us in another country.
That's right. Without your passports to get back.
I was a little uneasy about it. Okay.
But what was Doug like? Was he? He's like,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
If you talk, Doug has got and here's another thing. Doug has actually almost gotten stuck in small countries trying to geocache. So he's telling me these stories, and it's making me even more nervous. It's not reassuring me, but he's so I'm trusting him. He's so well traveled, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just trusting. I'm like, okay, Doug.
Yeah.
Well, Tammy, my wife, hears of it, and she's like, I want to go. I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
You're like, who's going to look after my dog if we both get murdered?
Oh my gosh. And I'm like, I don't know,
Poor
Tammy.
Goliath.
She goes, but I want to go to Slovakia. I want to say that I've been to Slovakia.
That's true. Let's be honest. And she geocaches as well. She's got an account.
She's got an account. She doesn't log anything, but she does.
She writes her names on logs I've seen, but she doesn't.
She does, but she doesn't log them on her account. Anyway, okay, the morning arrives. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, is this guy going to even remember?
Yeah.
Was there some confusion with the translation?
Lost in translation. Good movie.
Yeah, exactly. Sure enough, he picks us up in a Mercedes. But did I mention it's a Mercedes Benz?
Oh, really?
It's a really, really nice car.
Well, it's a European car. See, that's their average. You got Chevy here.
True.
They've got Mercedes Benz.
Yeah, it was nice, car. And sure enough, he's driving us to the border. So we're Doug's sitting in the front. He's trying to show the geocaching app. Now, keep in mind, this guy has no idea what we're doing.
No,
okay?
He doesn't care.
He's assuming.
He's the money.
Assuming I'm going to drop him off downtown Bratislava.
Yeah.
And they're going to spend a day there or some time there, right?
Whatever, yeah.
Well, I'm like, I kept on saying to Doug, I was like, we need to explain to him what we're doing.
Yeah, what you're doing, because otherwise it looks suspicious.
It looks so weird.
So weird.
So we're trying to explain it in English, but he's not understanding.
No, of course not.
And so finally I was like, I got to use Google Translate to explain what we're doing. And because here's my worry, that we're going to get to the geocache and he's not going to understand that he needs to take us back.
Yeah. And
like that wasn't that wasn't clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he, in my mind, and I was right. No, because Doug was like, oh, he knows to bring us that we got to bring him back. It's like, the guy, he doesn't catch the English. Like, I don't think he knows, which means we've made this deal for so much money, and he thinks I'm thinking he's thinking it's one way.
Yeah.
But
not round
little
trip.
does he know we have to be there for 5 minutes to turn around.
Yeah.
So I get on Google Translate, say, this is what I wrote. it makes me laugh. We are playing a game.
Straight away, I'm thinking of that movie,
The game.
Do you like to play games? With that little doll comes out and walks in his little tricycle. Wow. Imagine how scared he is now with 3 people in the car, and next minute he's getting this sign saying, "We like to play a game," halfway in the middle of nowhere. Josh.
Oh, I'm just imagining, imagining that movie Seven. Where he has the box out in the middle of nowhere. What's in the box? What's in the box? That's what this is what I'm picturing in my mind, right? Worst case scenario. Okay, so this is what I wrote. Right. We are playing a game where we search for boxes all over the world. We have never found a box in Slovakia.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to drive us to the box. We need to find the box. After we find it, you must drive us back to our hotel in Vienna.
And this guy's now he's thinking to himself, okay, they're picking up the box, not realizing that you sign a log and put it back. They're picking up a box full of drugs, and I'm going to be now a drug mule going back across the border. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so he's like, I'm about to commit a crime. He should be scared of us by this point.
Yeah, 100%. I would have been scared of you from the moment you said, "Look, we like to play a game."
But we were really friendly. So I think he was just so confused. And then at the end of what I typed in, I said, I know it sounds really weird, but it's harmless or something like that.
Yeah. It's
I show him it on my screen, and he just starts laughing.
Laughing as in nervous
laughing
laugh?
It was like laughing like, not that we were joking. He was just like laughing like, I can't believe this.
Oh,
that these
so
guys
he's
are
laughing
willing.
at you.
No, these guys are willing to
That's what I mean.
take an Uber to do this.
Yeah, like these guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Typical Americans, like that's what he's thinking.
Yep. So we get right across the border. Guess what the cache is called?
Border cache?
The Iron Curtain.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it's literally on the border.
Yeah. Of course.
So we get out, and I was just very sure, like, we were like, please don't leave.
Don't leave. Stay. Yeah.
Because this isn't Bratislava. This is out in the, it's countryside.
Yeah.
It's just the border. And so Tammy also kind of kept her eye while we were like finding the cache. She kept her eye just to make sure that he wasn't going to drive away.
Yeah.
But I didn't leave Tammy alone with him. So if you're listening, like, Josh, you're an idiot. No, she was like, she was far enough away.
And Tammy's good.
Yeah. So we find the cache. We find it, and we're happy. We're putting path tags in. We're like, we did. I got a cache in Slovakia. Awesome. And then I just realized this. I realized, oh my gosh, like, I want him to know that this is real. Right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't want him to think this is drugs or whatever.
Yeah, yep.
So I go and I walk over and I show him the geocache, and I show him all the names in it. I show him our little coins that we put in it. Yep, and he looked. You'll see it. There's a video of the whole thing. He looks a little confused.
Yep.
Clearly, I don't think he understands me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's just like, ha ha ha, like, kind of just like, cool. Like, he wasn't that impressed.
No.
But
he's more impressed with the dollars coming into his pocket.
Yeah, probably. But he smiled, and it was good. We gave him a high five. You'll see it. It's all great. Gave him a high five, and then he started driving us back. I gave him one of my comic books because he noticed that I was filming. I asked permission if I could film, and he was really. I think he was more excited. To be the camera. He was more excited that I was a YouTuber than a geocacher because he understood that. He was like, "You're a YouTuber from America. That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, exactly. That's funny."
So
there you go. So you got your souvenir.
I got a souvenir. That's my.
Tammy didn't get hers because she hasn't logged it yet.
Nope, she hasn't logged it. We got pictures at the border sign. We had to actually stop again and say, "Hey, can we just take a picture with?"
Oh, of course, with the sign. Of course.
Yeah.
You did. And then we went. She did a TikTok as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Wow.
And we dropped Doug right off at the airport, which also made me nervous because he went. Now Doug's gone.
Now Doug's gone. But not only that, but Doug had to get back to the airport in time as well.
Yeah, because he had to catch his flight back home.
Yeah.
And so because he had a little extra time, so that's why he was willing to do it.
Yeah.
But then I was a little nervous. I was like, okay, is he going to take Tammy and I back to the hotel? Is everything going to be cool? This is his opportunity to rob us or whatever.
Exactly. I wonder though, Josh, going on this, how many Uber drivers out there have been involved in a geocache hunt?
That's a good question.
Because
Probably
I'll
not
tell you,
many.
I tell you, I've had an encounter with one when I was in Sydney, and I was working at the time. So here I was in full uniform in my policing gear. A brand new cache was published. FTF was available, of course. I had no jobs going at the time, and I was on a break. And so I went to this cache location. As I was at the cache location, I'm looking around for the cache. I was in a back alley laneway of Sydney, and another car pulls up, and this guy gets out, and he's like, "Oh, hello, officer," and he straight away he's on a bit nervous and stuff. I said, "Are you here for the geocache as well?" He's like, "Oh yeah." So as soon as he heard me saying geocache, he knew I was there for a geocache too. So anyway, we ended up finding it. We got joint FTF as well. And then the driver is there as well. I said, come on out. So the driver got out of the car as well. And so I'm getting like photos with the two of them. And I said "Oh, what's your geocaching name too?" And the driver looks at me and goes, Uber driver. So this guy was in a hotel, like across the other side of town when the FTF came out. And funny. So he got an Uber driver to drive him to the cache as well. So I've encountered an Uber driver for an FTF, and this Uber driver has got a random photo with a police officer and a random guy next to a pole in the back alleyways of Sydney for no reason. But anyway, there you go.
That's funny. And you know what? I think the geocaching hobby is great for Uber and Lyft drivers because I've done it myself. I've driven Lyft myself, and when you could just turn it off. You don't know where it's going to take you in the city, and you could be in a part of a city that you've never been to. You can turn off the Uber app, and turn on the geocaching app,
and go find a cache.
and cache as you work.
Yes, perfect. Well, there you go. That's a little golden nugget for everyone.
Yep, and people will get to actually see that whole adventure.
But it's good to hear it from your voice as well, like bits and pieces, because you don't see everything like that.
No, but the treasures of our town, patrons, they get to hear about it before anybody else,
and as they should.
That's what makes it golden.
Exactly. All right, Patreons, thank you so much for your patronage and your support. Josh and I do really appreciate it, and as we said, more of these golden nuggets are coming our way.